Hello and welcome back to Transports Fever 2. Thank you very much for joining me in this video. My voice is somewhat better. I'm feeling better than I have in the past couple of weeks. Maybe still a little bit of raspiness or things like that. But we are back with Transports Fever, and last time out, as far as I can remember, it has been a couple of weeks, I was making some of this interstate or highway or whatever you call this, freeway. I learned that freeway is another term that you use in America. So whatever this is, I'm going to go with freeway actually, because that seems to make sense to me. So we were building this freeway. We started from New Haven. We went past here, which is... we started at Newport News. We went past here, which is New Haven. You can see a train in the distance. We went all the way to Reno, which you cannot see in the distance, but you can see a bridge sort of leading towards Reno. And today we are going to be continuing and seeing how far we can get this. You can see that vehicles are using it, and I am hoping that this is going to allow us to build up these cities even further and help that population. That thing is taking forever to get onto the motorway. Anyway, make sure you stay tuned to see the expansion to the freeway and see how far north we can go. So it is August 30th, 1928. We are heading northwards, and here we are at Reno. This was the last one that we did. I'm not all too happy with this, but I'll probably look at redoing this when the time comes, because this is not, I'll be honest, this is not an ideal situation here at all. I'm not all too keen on it. In fact, I'm so not keen on it. That sounded so strange, didn't it? I'm so not keen on this. No. I'm so not keen on it. Still sounds strange. That I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to demolish that and that. And since it's connecting to a bridge there, I will not create an airport. I will try and do... is it that? Slip road highway ramp. It calls this highway ramp. So I'm going to try that and see what that does. You know what? That looks better than what we had before. So I'm going to stick with that. Right. The next... I was going to do this like a London Underground Simulator. London Underground Simulator? Train Sim World 2. The next stop is McAllen. So we're going to be going over to McAllen and Huntsville. Now the way I'm thinking of doing this is we're going to elevate the freeway highway once again above here, and then here I'm thinking we are going to have in the United Kingdom we call it a limited junction. So it's where you can only go in one direction. You can either join onto it or you can leave it. Normally they're given A letters after the junction. So for example, if you had a junction 4 and junction 4 could go anywhere, you could have a junction 4A, which is one that's made in between, and those ones most likely are not junctions that you can either you can get on that junction or you can come off that junction. It might not be both. That being said, there are ones that no longer do that. So for example, on the M1, junction 23A is just a whole heap of things. Junction 23, 23A, 24 is just one big junction in my opinion, which is at East Midlands Airport. But anyway, I digress. So I'm going to try and do a limited junction here. Now, what I would like to do is, I think for the limited junction we want to be able to jump on over here. And then over here we're going to have the proper junction, where we should be able to jump on and jump off. Then we're going to do Springfield, and then from Springfield, instead of going to Port St. Lucie, I'm actually going to peel it off in this direction. This direction to Baltimore, do a Baltimore connection, New Orleans, and then finally ending up in Miami. And I think the motorway can end right about here. And I think that is going to be great. So let's get on with it. This is probably not going to be a one episode thing. This took one episode, I think. That did, so let's see how far we can get for this one. It was a nightmare to lay these out, and I've also realised, oh, I've done something really stupid. I have, and I should have thought about this beforehand, but I did not. So we are going to need to do something. So from here on out, I'm going to be using 3 lanes on the motor. I should have done that to start with, but I cannot remember why I did not do that, but it should have been there to start with. So I need to make sure that I can see. This is where I need to make sure that this is going to be possible first of all. There we go. Now it's a shame that this is a essentially vanilla series, and the only thing that I've changed is the line colours, because there is a tool that would have come in really quite handy, and that would have been the parallel. I think there's a parallel tool or something. That would have been awesome. Right, let's go ahead and start lifting this. In fact, do I need to lift it, or let's find out. Ah, interesting. Yes, a lift will be required. Not that much of a lift, thank you very much, but a little bit. And what kind of bridges do we do? I still like these wooden stone bridges. Well done. Yes, that's really wooden, isn't it? And that looks okay. We should be able to, at this point, manage across the entire thing. Yes, that is possible with plenty of clearance. So, if I go ahead and... this is the annoying part. For some reason I lost that some time ago. If I were to go ahead and do this, that would be a complete bridge for us. And this is annoying, you see. Unless I can lower that a little bit. Come on, where's the train? Thank you. I can lower that. I can lower that. So let's see how low can I go? How low can I go? Let's lift it up just a smidge more then. Maybe just that much more. And then do this. Forget the bridge pillar collision. There we go. That is interesting. I mean, it is very interesting in the fact that that is straight, but because of the... right, where's the train? I need to see if a train fits under this. It should fit under here without any problem, because the signal is there, and the signal is not that much higher. Come on, no, not that train. I know the train's going to be able to fit under this. You can see there how easily the train fits under that. But that seems to be slightly lower than that. Here comes the train. That's it. That's what I wanted. Shouldn't be a problem at all. No problem whatsoever. Plenty of clearance. So, I'm thinking that this is my next one. There we go. And then I have to figure out where did it flatten? Well, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? Now I need to try and replicate this. So we do that. Then we're going to do that. Okay. Slightly more, I think. Come on, check it. A bit more. This is the problem. Again, I just do not understand what it's done. That looks fairly alright. Okay. Let's accept that. And now a perfectly straight. And you can see the height difference there. If we were to keep going. If we just keep it flat. Bridge pillar collision, of course. Now there's got to be an option here. There is an option. I saw it. Where is it? There it is. Interesting set of bridges, I must admit. But there we are. And now from here, I think we could perhaps go... Given that straight is fairly flat, we could go down to ground level, I think. I would very much like to go down to ground level at this point. There we go. And similarly here, follow this down to ground level. Okay. Then we'll run alongside. This is turning out to be slightly easier than before. I'm going to be cursing it right now by saying that. But this is turning out to be just a smidge easier. And I would like to do this. Yes, that would be ideal. And then that, keep that nice and close. This is going to change, so we're going to create some sort of bridge sort of section there. But anyway, in the meantime, whilst we've got that being sorted out, I need to figure out where this junction is going to go. So I'm thinking that you can jump on over here and you can exit over here, but that is it. So we could do an exit like that and loop it back in, and from here we could just do a slip road from here jumping straight on. Though you've got Reno there, but that is okay. So well, that is a problem. Why are you doing that? There you go. This isn't too difficult. It's a little bit uphill, a little bit more uphill than perhaps I wanted. I'd very much like it not to be curving like that as well all the way. So we've got to take that into consideration. What if I did it from up across here? That could be a possibility, because then, well, that isn't exactly where you go, but that is a reasonable way to go. You can even do that as a... Now that could be possible as a slight curve on that. All the way up to there? No. No, that is... I think that is reasonable. Like that, and then on this side I would like one to... See, why does it do that? That is essentially what I want. That's perfect. I have no complaints on that, aside from the fact that we need to turn it around. Turn that around, and that is the right way. We need to turn this around turn that around, turn. But this is where I start running into problems. See, certain things just do not want to turn around. And it confuses me, the daylights out of me. So for example, this one is flat out refusing to turn around. See? And I just cannot understand why. So we will sort out the turnaround afterwards. In fact, no, that makes sense, because from here it's fine. It can go that way. This section is blocked off. We haven't got anything going this way anyway. So that would essentially be a limited junction. I could say that this is junction 1, this is junction 2, that's junction 3. This is junction 3A because it isn't a proper one. Okay. Right. So what could I do? What could I do next? I think that is fine for that section. If I get my controls right, I need to now look at this section. So for this, I'm going to do a couple of things. First of all, they still have a way. No, they do not. They do not have a way to McAllen if I do this, so I am going to do this, but actually, what am I talking about? I can make a bypass. Yes, a bypass it is. I'm doing this properly. It's just a standard road bypass from here, and it goes out here and out here and joins up over, goes out here and joins up round here. Why is that one way? That is not what I was after. I was after that one. There you go. And now I can demolish this. There we go. So how is this one going to work? Well, I am going to have, I think I'll have this at the bottom. Or do I elevate that again? And if so, where should I elevate it from? It's higher there. We could just start lifting it up once again. So many decisions to make. See, then the road is going to go across here and over the top there. So I'll do that. And I'll do that. And then I could, in theory, again, that is going to end up as a main road. This is going to end up as a main road out. So we have to make sure we get this right. If I were to try and keep this upright like that, would it accept some sort of a, right, how close does that get? Okay, that is important information right there. That is really, really important information right there for me. So what I need to do is I actually need to try and keep this as flat as it can from here. No, but that is flat. No, there you go. Look at that. There is a difference. And that difference is what is going to make... That's the one that's going to matter. That difference is going to matter. I'm having much more luck this time around than I was last time. And because of that, there is a possibility, as you can see, to have an elevated road. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a roundabout. This is not something I often do. What speed should we have on the roundabout? 37 miles per hour. Is that a single lane though? That's a single lane. 50 on the roundabout. A 2-lane roundabout. Not really what I want. Medium one-way street. 37 miles per hour on the roundabout. It's a 3. Wait a minute. Do we not have very specific? No, we do not. I thought there was a way to have roundabouts created. I'm actually going to go for this one. 2-lane roundabout. I think it should theoretically be okay. And ideally we need that at that height. So I would like to lift it up at this point. How do I lift this up? I'm going to create the round, so I want the roundabout to be right here. So I can start with, I'll start with that. I will then delete that section and that section, leaving that bit to be the height. And at that point I will, there we go. That's not working anymore. That didn't work. Okay. Next plan. Why don't we just lift it up from here? Let's just do that. So we will... No, come on. Lift it up. Doesn't mind. I think that height is acceptable. I think. So, oops. So let's try that. Then I want it to be bridge pillar collision. There's got to be a way to do this. What? How do we do this? Where is the height going? I mean, that... Oops. That looks like an acceptable height to me. Personally. Oh, I know. If I do that... That's certainly an acceptable height. And then do this. There we go. Now it's okay. And then I'll do that. And what I'm going to do is I would like this to be perpendicular. That's it. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. And then it will go around. Yes, that's it. Now it's understanding what I want it to do. I'll go around like that. We'll have a small straight section like that. It will then curve back like that. This is a large roundabout, bigger than I was expecting it to be. In fact, I think I can make this smaller. I'll try that again. No, you don't. That is the tightest radius corner I can get. And I'll make it fairly small there. I can make a tighter radius corner here, but I really do not want to mess up the roundabout, so I'll try and match it as best as I can, which looks like that. I will then go straight across again. That is not perpendicular. I've messed that up. What's that? I was doing something really strange. Look at that. What kind of turn is that? That looks perpendicular. Straight across again. Actually as close as I can to there. Round we go again. Delete this one. Look, what happened? Okay, there we go, it's gone. No, do not do that. Keep that as best as I can. That's not quite... It's not quite right. This is not the kind... Okay, so it's much harder to make a roundabout in this than it is to make in something else. City Skylines, for example. But then City Skylines has a tendency to break. This does not. So I suppose it's literally swings and roundabouts. No, do not do that. Well, actually, it's not literally roundabout. It's not literally swings and roundabouts. It's just roundabouts. Let's try and straighten that up a little bit. And that didn't work. Why does it do that? How long has this video been going? A little while. We have a little while. Ooh. Yeah, no. 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 Does that look parallel? Roughly. There we go. No, do not. No, do not do that. What is wrong with you? That's not parallel at all. This is just really, really bad. Look at it. That's not a straight road. Just stop. Okay. New plan. There's got to be an easier way to make roundabouts, right? So here's my idea. Line it up. Bring this one across. Until the bridge pillar collision goes away. It is not going to go away, is it? Are you kidding? What has happened now? It was absolutely fine a few moments ago. I suppose this is my fault for messing with it. Right. New plan entirely. Scrap the roundabout. They're doing something different. Large country road, 50 miles an hour. That seems to work. Okay. Step 1, lift that up as high as it goes. There we go. Step 2, create that as flat. Nope, does not like it. Does not like that either. Okay. Step 1, lift it up as much as it goes. Or as much as it seems reasonable. That's fairly reasonable. There we go. That is reasonable. Step 2. Avoid the bridge pillar collision by yelling at the screen. There we go. Right there. No complaints. Step 3. Connect the country road as you would want it. Over here. And alongside up to Okay. Up to here. Realistically, this is probably supposed to be a medium country road. Bridge pillar collision. What? Oh, there you go. That's done. And then connect it on this side as you would want to onto that road. Except what you are going to do is do something rather annoying. Demolish that, demolish that, demolish that. Create a large street as you had before out of here. But you're not doing that, you're staying up like that. Convert that to a medium country road. Why you've done that, I have no idea. So I'm going to help you out there. Ah, yes, I see. I see the problem. That's a bump and a half. Okay. Well, in that case, just like this one sloping downwards, we'll have that not quite as down, but like that. And then I break that and grab the large streets here. Well, that isn't right. That's it. That isn't right either. What's wrong with you? That isn't right. Oh, I saw it. Grab it. There it is. Hey, what's this? I didn't know you could do that. Well, I've just found a new... You have got to be kidding me. All this time I did not... Okay. And how do you reset? I'm assuming you just... check. Okay. So all this time, there was a feature in transport. Now, I have had transports fever. I'm going to point this out. I have had transports fever since before release. Since before release. I only just found that feature now. You have got to be kidding me. Alright, let's continue playing this. Now everybody can use the normal road. I'll just break this all the way down. Yeah, and turn around, turn around, turn around. Next. Turn it around. Goodbye. Next. Turn around. Go away. Goodbye. 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 Oh, and bye-bye there as well. Why not? So there's our first junction. That's taken the entire episode to do from here to here. That just shows how difficult these things are. Of course, now that I know that there's another... I could lift this up afterwards if I wanted to. Oh, well, that's similar anyway. What I need to do is I need to head towards Springfield now. If I knew that there was that option with the shift key, I would not be struggling as much. Didn't have a clue. Can I continue going straight for this one? Might as well, just for this short period of time. And then I will... Here's our highway ramps. That is a unreasonable ramp. That is more reasonable. I'm fairly happy with that. I wonder. I could do that. Of course, this is the opposite way. But I could then do that, and I could do that. Fairly wide junctions. Come on. No? Anywhere? No. apparently whatever I had going on here it does not like. It doesn't like doing this on the opposite side. Thank you for ruining the symmetry. Yeah, that looks awesome because I could then literally do that if I wanted to. And even better. Even better. No. Okay, but even better. Yeah, that isn't happening, is it? Right, let's do this one. Sure. That is not... I'm going to have to redo this because I'm not happy with this entire junction. It's just... I know that this isn't the detail one yet, but I really, really, really want to start practicing for the next series that I'm making. This is just not helping. There we go. There and... See that? Why does it not accept that? What is wrong with that particular one? And then it doesn't accept this. Just, I'm confused. But it does accept a tiny little one there. Okay, so which way do these roads go? It's that way. It's just this that is confused. And this little bit here. You go that way. You go that way. Therefore the road should be that way and this should be that way. That should be this way. That should be that way. That should be that way. Good. Okay. To end this video, I am going to try... Better idea. I'm going to try this first. I'm going to try and turn it around now. It does not, so I'm going to demolish that right there, build the motorway before I connect the slip road back up. Bridge pillar collision, you have got to be kidding me. No, just keep it. Right, do that. As soon as there's no bridge pillar collision... Oh, I saw one without it. There it is. Right, now connect this up. Okay. And connect that up. As you can see, the nightmare of this... Of trying to do this. Right. Now, we have an active working motorway from Newport News all the way to Huntsville, McAllen, almost to Springfield, which means that in the next video we're going to be going Springfield across to Baltimore, New Orleans and Miami. Now, knowing my luck, I'm going to get the Springfield section done, the Baltimore section done, and New Orleans and Miami is going to be left behind for yet another video. But I think this is not nice, I will admit. This is not nice at all. I'm not keen on this design, this configuration. Just no. There's a fair amount of traffic going to and from McAllen and Huntsville. And how's this junction running? Anybody use this? I mean, this is going to be a fairly unused junction, I would think. Although maybe some people will jump on, but I doubt it because you've got that junction over there in Reno. which is where the only reason you'd jump off here is if you wanted to go to McAllen from Reno. And even then it might just be easier to use this road under here, which is what people are doing, as opposed to jumping on the motorway, freeway, highway, what's it called? That thing, and heading back. Nevertheless, we do have something created, some monstrosity. Not ideal. I'll be honest, I like this junction a lot more. So I'm going to do this. Zoom out, because I mean the amount of, that's a lot of detail right there. So with that, I'm going to end this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transport Fever 2, leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Please do consider supporting me on Patreon if you can do so. That's www.patreon.com/ecgadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. And also you can find me on social media at ecgadgetlp for both Twitter and Instagram. That is all from me, and I will see you next time in Transport Fever 2, where we continue building the highway, freeway, interstate, motorway, whatever you want to call it, the thing that's going to allow cars to go very fast between cities. I will see you then.